Yo, everybody. Welcome to Garage Hangs. This is your host, Bam Bam. It has been such a long time since I've done an episode, and I'm super happy to be doing one with you today. First off, let's just say I'm very happy to be here, very happy to be alive, and this podcast is more or less coming and hanging out here with me, chit-chatting, having a good time, more or less. There's no set base conversation on this episode. Or really any episodes that I do with anybody. Really, I don't like talking about religion and politics because I don't know enough about them. So with that being said, I'm your host, Bam Bam. I'm a photographer and videographer based out of Wisconsin. And on today's show, I just want to recap one of the craziest festivals I ever went to in my life. And I want to give a huge shout out to DJ Hylyte for creating the Summer of Sins Festival in London, Ohio. I mean, there were so many huge artists. On Saturday, there was Yellow Wolf, Kasky, Doobie, Caitlin Curtis, Struggle Jennings, Ritz. There were so many artists, and the fact that we were able to go there and do this show was super, super fun. I just started recently doing video about 6 to 8 months ago, music videos and reels and stuff like that. I want to give a huge shout out to Jeremy Murph for bringing us down there, showing us a whole bunch of love. Chopped it up with some amazing artists. I got to meet some artists finally that I've personally wanted to meet for such a long time, and ones that I've wanted to catch up with. One that hit me the most was Zach Smith. When me and Big Buck Beasy went down to Nashville a few months back to go record with all the big dogs and got in a studio with them, I ended up meeting him. And funny story is, me and him had multiple conversations back and forth that whole time we were down there, and realizing after I got home who he actually was. I didn't know who he was. And I looked up his music, and instantly was hooked. His voice, his lyrics, his style, just crazy. And it blew my mind on who he actually was when I got home, like I said, and I was like, holy shit, I was actually talking to this guy. And this is why it's always best to be on your best behavior, being you and being respectful and being, grateful and, just being you in the moment and not, being somebody you're not, because there are people always watching. And I do want to clarify that too, is that, whenever I'm around these artists and around these people, yes, I am myself, but I am way more professional because you don't know what you're going to get out of anything. And just like this weekend, I got to chop it up with Zach. I got a few photos and video of his set as well. He's just an overall good person, man. And I advise anybody to go check out Zach Smith music, Apple, on YouTube, Spotify. The dude is amazing, and he's a great artist. Oh, man. It's kind of crazy, like, when you go do these events, it takes, 3 or 4 days to, snap back into it, because so much is there to process. And people just think, oh yeah, you just get a ticket to the show, and it's not that. It's honestly more than that. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way the artists you're with. It's me being respectful again, like I said, and not crossing any boundaries or any lines. It's really just all about being professional, man. And I've been doing photos generally for about 15, 16 years. Concert photography, I've done that for about 6 years. Kind of take you back in history a little bit here so you can get to know me and what I do a little bit more. But back in 2015, my homie Sam Lee got me a press pass to go do photos for Struggle Jennings, Yellow Wolf, Jelly Roll, Bubba Sparks. It was a great time. That was the opening door to my career right there. And, that night I got to meet Doobie and Hylyte and DJ Strizzo and all those guys too. And at that point in time, I didn't even know who Doobie was either. He was just a young artist, and I had no idea who he was. And Hylyte and them in the last 8 years have just completely have gone up the chart, have set the bar, and they have just improved. The music's improved. They have improved as people because we're all growing. And it's just really cool, man, to sit there. I took a picture of Beezy and Doobie together, and Doobie looked at me and was like, hey, man, I remember you. And I'm like, really, dude? He said, yeah, you used to have longer hair, right? I said, yeah. He's like, you're Sammy's homie, aren't you? I said, dude, it's so crazy that you know me and remember me, and especially from 2015, man. That was 10 years ago that he even remembers me. And I'm just a photographer, dude, from good old Janesville, Wisconsin. Like, nothing crazy, And it's just the most wildest shit how full circle things come back around. Very grateful for DJ Hylyte and Doobie. You guys are awesome people. Zach, you're an awesome human being as well, too. And I'm glad DJ Hylyte gave you the opportunity to go up there and shine, because it was great. It's cool seeing you live. Another huge artist influence on me at the show is Kasky. I've been following him for a good 10 plus years as well, too. I've met him a handful of times. Me and him didn't get to chop it up as much as I wanted to, but you know what? Duty calls, business calls. I'm not there to really strike. And my main goal was to video and photo pretty much the artists I work with, and then a couple of that I picked up. So I'm going to jump into that quick because I'm still ecstatic about that. And this might not mean a lot to people, but realistically, if you know these people and you could just imagine like what I was going through and what I still am on and off stage, because it's just the most amazing feeling in the world. It honestly is. It's so crazy that I get asked to be on stage to do photos and videos for sets, and people don't even know who I am, as in these artists don't know who I am. They don't know my work. They don't know my return release back on work. They just gave me a shot. And Friday night, I'll never forget this. I ended up taking a picture with J. Michael Phillips, and he rocks with Yellow Wolf and his team. And we got to talking, and I was obviously holding my Sony a7 II that I do photos on, and then I got my Sony FX30, which I do video on, so I was rolling around with 2 cameras all weekend long. Bow, bow. And that's why they call me Bam Bam, mother. Just kidding. Anyways, so I got offered to to film J. Michael Phillips' set, and oh man, I still look at my laptop at that videos, and it was just so wild in the moment because his music just resonates so deep in with me. His voice, he's such a loving person, man. He's an amazing human being, and I hope one day he sees this. And I want to say thank you for trusting me. Thank you for letting me come on stage. It was a privilege. It was a blessing, man. And I just want to thank you, from the bottom of my heart. That was one of the biggest moments of my career, is being up on stage with you and chopping it up, and stuff like that. It was great. I had a great time. And then the last artist that the other artist that I worked with was King ISO off of Strange Music. I've been a huge fan of him for like the last 8 years as well too. I'm a huge Strange Music fan. King ISO is a beast, man. He's a monster. And I was able to get put into a position to also film and do photos on his set as well. I just want to say thank you. You are truly an amazing person, King ISO. The conversations we had, the vibe, you're just kind, man. Yeah, you're an awesome human being, and I just reflect on so much on being able to have this talent and this gift to be up on stage with some of these the biggest artists around. And again, it's just a wild, crazy experience that I got to get up on stage with these guys. And I'm talking like being a couple feet away from them on stage, being able to do whatever I want on stage. That never happens for any videographer or photographer at all. No one just randomly picks you and they say, hey, I need you on stage. You can do whatever you want. Just Some may have stimulation, some may not. And with the two artists that I worked with over the weekend, they did not have any stipulations whatsoever. They're like, you do you, you get your shot, and you have fun. And you know that, it just hit, man. It just hit. It's life's crazy, man. Life is insanely crazy. So a little bit more about Summer of Sins. It was a festival in London, Ohio. DJ Hylyte put it on. Like I said, it was one of the best festivals I've ever been to, ever. And I don't really go to festivals that much because, you know, usually you hear of festivals, it's like EDM and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of not into that music. And let me tell you, this festival, hands down, was badass. If go on DJ Hylyte's Instagram and Facebook, and you can see for yourself how crazy it was. Or you can go to my page on Bam Bam Visions and go see what the fuck I did, because I snapped. I snapped on all my photos I did. I did really good video work. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, to me, if they use my reels or my photos, it's above and beyond. But the most important thing is that I will never forget those memories that I got put on stage. It blows my mind that I was actually there. And that's why I say sometimes when I get home, I'm just like, holy shit, this happened. And that's why I say you have to live in the moment right now. You have to live for right now. You can't live in the past. You can't live in the future. You have to live for right now. And I'm a big believer on that. Excuse me. And like Hylyte said, it was a family reunion, and it really was. I got to fully meet Ritz, Zach Smith, Doobie again, Hylyte. I met King ISO. I met Clever. I met, who else did I meet? I'm having a brain fart right now. Let me check my phone. I have so many damn pictures on my phone from that weekend. It's just insane. Let's see here. Sorry. King ISO, yep. Clever, yep. Kasky, I saw Kasky again, talked with him for a minute. These next two are big. Edward Crow of Still American, Yellow Wolf's homeboy, Yellow Wolf's manager. I have been waiting years to just have a conversation with this guy about, whatever. I approached him. I said, hey, man, you got a second? I would really love to meet you, man, and have the presence and the pleasure of meeting you, because I've been following these guys for years, and Edward is such an inspiring person, man. I mean, he does art, he does photography, he has his own cigars now, he has his own clothing line. I mean, the dude's just super impressive, and I've always wanted to meet him. And then on top of it, I met Mama Wolf, Yellow Wolf's mom. Now, let me just tell you something, dude. If you guys don't know who that woman is, you guys need to do your research on her, because if it wasn't for her, this man wouldn't be alive. And I told her to her face, I said, hey, I am a huge fan of your son, and I am so glad that you brought him into this life. And she's like, me too, darling, me too. And I'm not shitting you. I had a fucking tear come down from the right side of my face, just one single tear. And again, you don't know how it is until you're there and witnessing it. And it was one of the most craziest moments ever. And then when she hugged me, she told me that I was blessed by her. I mean, just insane. Just insane. But yeah, like I said, I met a handful of artists. I had conversations with them. I had a great time. I also want to give a huge shout out to Trailer Park Golf Company. Those guys are thugs. I'm wearing one of their hats right now. They specialize in golf apparel. And it just ain't no golf apparel. It's badass golf apparel. Go find them on Facebook, Instagram. They got a website, trailerparkgolfclub.com. Go buy some shit. Go out and golf. Do something you haven't done in a while. I definitely encourage that. So it's been a it's just been a crazy last couple of days, more or less to say. Very blessed, very full of I'm very grateful, full of happiness, just full of positive energy. I come back home, and sometimes it's really hard to snap out of that when you're gone like that, doing this kind of shit, and then you come back and it just all stops. And sometimes that's the way of the road and tour, honestly. But you just got to keep your head straight. You got to keep your mind going. I hopefully after this weekend get to work with more artists. I'm super excited about that. So just trying to figure out what to, do next. I'm very law of attraction, manifesting. I'm very big into all that because I really feel like everything that we say shows us how life will be. And when you're negative things will happen. When you speak positive affirmations, you're going to get positive things back to your life. And the crazy thing about the whole about being on stage with J. Michael Phillips is I've been listening to Yellow Wolf and his album, Whiskey and Roses, for like the last month and a half. And I knew we were coming to this show, and low-key, every day, I was just like, man, it'd be great to meet this guy. Man, it'd be great to be on stage. Man, it'd be great to get some video of him. It'd be just, I could picture myself there being in that moment. And that moment happened. And I really am a big, firm believer that what you put out in the universe comes back to you. I cannot express that shit enough. So get those two words in your vocabulary, the law of attraction and manifestation. And it's going to change your life. If you start changing simple things as into I'm trying or I wish I could, you need to do I am going to, I'm going to do this. Because if you look it up, and I've said this before, trying is an attempt to failure because you're not actually going through with what you're doing. You're trying to do it. You're not following the steps to do it, but you're also allowing yourself to set that bar to where you're not going to do it. And I'm a big, big believer in that, hands down. With that being said, Summer of Sins 2025, best show I've been to, best festival I've been to, hands down the coolest. I had a lot of fun. DJ Hylyte, thank you. Thank you, Holy Sinner. Thank you, Doobie. Thank you, Kasky. Thank you, Yellow Wolf. Thank you, Struggle Jennings. Thank you, Caitlin Curtis. Thank you, Ritz. Thank you to all the artists that came out on Friday and Saturday and did y'all's damn thing. Because I had a fucking blast. But other than that, I've been really good. I've been focusing on a lot of different things. Life's been crazy for me too because next month from now, on October 11th, I will be marrying my best friend. I've been with her for 9 years now. It has been a wild experience, and she's pretty much been there the whole time with me through my whole career. She's watched me grow. She's watched me get down. She's watched me get back up. She's watched me struggle. She's watched me make it. And I couldn't ask for a better partner. I love you so much. Really excited to move on that. So we've been planning a wedding. We will be tying the knot this October. Moving forward with that. Life's just been a lot of up and down lately. There's been a lot of, honestly, more bad than good. And I still look at the bad like it is good because unfortunately, not a lot of people get to live my life the life I get to live. Touring around, trying new food, meeting new people, hearing new artists, getting contacts into your phone from bigger artists. It's really overwhelming, but at the same time, it's something I've always wanted because when you look at it and you have dreams, like I have this dream, right? I would love to go on tour with multiple artists. I don't want to be on tour with just one artist. I want to go and do a tour with like 3 or 4 artists. If Post Malone called me, or if Jelly Roll called me, or if Zach Smith called me, or if anyone else honestly called me and was willing to bring me on to go do my job for them to make themselves a better image, I'd fucking hop on in a heartbeat. Because back to 2015, when I got that press pass to do Jelly Roll and Struggle and Yellow Wolf and all them guys, I got offered to go to the next stop after the Wisconsin tour, the tour date, and I was young. I was 23 years old. I had my own apartment and job here in Janesville, and I couldn't just say yeah to go and not figure out what was going to go on with my apartment, my belongings, my job, my car, everything. So unfortunately, what I did is I said, I had to get back to work, and I sacrificed that moment to do that. And now I'm just at a higher caliber now to where I pretty much just put myself there, and I'm really happy about it. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and the fact that I've been doing it for the last year and a half is just, it's all love, dude. It's just all love. I'm super happy with how everything has been going. I've gotten to know a lot of people. My social media has just skyrocketed. I mean, I went from 1,400 followers, and then a month later I was at 14K. And I did no paid promotional boost. I did nothing. It was all organic, and I must have just hit an algorithm, and my page just blew up. Has it been blowing up since? Yes and no. It's got its moments. But I'm also not consistently working enough to keep putting on my page, to gain that traction. But hopefully that will change soon, because I'm speaking about it, and I would like to do more of that. So. Day-to-day life, people come and go too. I've really just been focusing on me and my wife and my career. There's not too much more that I want to focus on outside of that, because nothing really else serves me a purpose to really put energy into. A lot of people are just places are this garage is like my second home pretty much. I come out here, I can play pool, I can listen to music, I can crank the tunes up. I got a projector screen that I can watch football and sports on. I can have a movie night out here with my girl. And, I just been really staying focused on being a homebody, learning more on DaVinci Resolve for my editing program so I can get better at editing. So stuff like that too. So, sorry if I keep saying a lot. Usually these podcasts are not recorded. They're not scripted or nothing. I don't have a prompt in front of me or nothing. I just go off the top of my head and just make it as natural and natural as possible. So I just want to give a huge thank you to King ISO, J. Michael Phillips, Jeremy Murph, Big Buck Beasy, Mini Bike Mike. You guys are all great. The opportunities that I've gotten last weekend were just honestly insane. Here on the episode, I'm going to throw up some pictures of me and some of the artists and stuff like that too, and whatnot. So we covered Holy Sinner, we covered DJ Hylyte, we covered Summer of Sins. Told you a little bit of the backstory and what I've been doing too, and I've just been touring around. I have not had the time to make the time to come and do an episode, and it's going to be a weekly thing now. I will sit down for at least an hour and have an episode ready for you guys to watch. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I know being consistent and not seeing that is kind of hard to deal with when you're following somebody. Like I don't have a lot, but I have a decent amount of followers, and when you're not being consistent, people tend to not follow you no more just because of that. And I don't want that to happen. So every person that's stuck with me since this time that I've been down a little bit, not really even been down. Like I said, I just been super busy and not have made the time to come out here and do that. And I'm taking that and giving my full credibility on that to myself and take accountability on that. Because it is me. I have to come out here and do this, and it's not that I don't want to. Like I said, I've just been super busy. I work 3 jobs. I'm exhausted. I'm tired planning a wedding, hanging out with friends, hanging out with my future wife, doing this career. It's a lot to balance, and I'm finally finding that balance, which is super nice. I just have to give myself some time. So with that being said, if anybody wants to be on the show, you just got to DM me on Facebook. You can Go to Bam Bam Visions on Bam Bam Visions on Facebook. That's my media page. Or you can go to Garage Hangs with Bam Bam on Facebook as well. At the end of the show, I will put on my Bopper link to where you can go and click on my digital business card that will take you to any link you want to see of mine. You can text me, you can cash at me, you can email me, you can check out my channel, you can check out my new clothing brand that I'm going to be dropping here soon. This is just a little sneak peek of it. It's called Ambition Wear. You better get that new vocabulary too. So go ahead and follow me on all them pages. If anybody wants to be on the show, you're more welcome to come up here on the show, man. This is my garage. This is my safe place. This is my hangout spot. I turned this show into a hangout show because I used to have a bunch of friends and family that would come over and hang out. We'd drink, we'd smoke, we'd play pool, we'd play cards, pong, whatever you want to do. This is where we did it, and it was always a safe place. And if friends ever wanted to come over and have conversations with me about, serious shit, they're more welcome because nothing leaves this garage, dude. Nothing leaves this garage at all whatsoever. So I'm glad I took the time today to sit out here and talk with y'all. I hope you enjoy this episode. Until next time, y'all, be smooth, stay smart, and be safe. It's Garage Hangs with Bam Bam, man. One love.